Welcome back, everybody, to another week in Geeky Girls Night In. I'm Leslie, I'm your host, and today with me I have Emily. Hello.
Hello, listeners.
Hello, hello. So, I thought that it would be great to have Emily on because, she just got back from a rather large convention, and I was super excited to see her pictures, one of which that she probably and I were not very happy with the outcome. I'm so sad about this. But I thought we could talk a little bit about that and anything else that you've got going on. So let's start it out with our Weekend Geek. Do you have anything to share?
WonderCon is going on out in Anaheim, California. So some fun stuff has come out of that.
Very cool.
Personally relevant to my life is the second season of She-Ra and the Princess of the Power is coming April 26th. So we now have a poster and we have a trailer.
That's super soon.
Yes, I'm so excited. Mostly because I have so much love for the 80s She-Ra. That was my jam growing up. And when they found out they were remaking it, I was so excited, and I sat my now 5-year-old down and we watched the old one, the 80s one, because that for a while was on Netflix.
Sure.
And then we watched the new one when it landed.
Okay.
We are now on our 7th rewatch of the new She-Ra. So we have gone through the first season 7 times. She absolutely loves it.
I'll have to have Geeky Baby give a go at that. She's still on her Super Wings thing, so we'll see how she does. But I didn't watch a whole lot of She-Ra growing up. Honestly, I watched more He-Man. And
yes.
I remember one specific year, my brother got a He-Man cake. And so it was, of course, obvious that I needed a She-Ra cake because She-Ra was He-Man's sister.
Yes.
So I did have a She-Ra cake one year, and I think there's pictures of it somewhere. So
that's amazing. I think I had a She-Ra birthday at one point. I remember I had some pretty fantastic She-Ra action figures back in the day.
Very cool.
So I am personally loving the new series. It's really fun. The animation style is amazing. The voice acting is absolutely on point. And then just the actual characters themselves are fantastic. There's so much representation. There's several characters of color. One of the main characters is a black man named Bo. Mm-hmm. They have a lesbian couple. That is absolutely amazing. They make one passing comment about it. The two, they're also princesses, and they come into a council meeting together, and one of them's like, "You don't even know what I do. My name is Net Tossa. I toss nets. I mean, come on, it's in my name." and her girlfriend goes, "Sweetie, honey, baby, it's okay. It's okay."
You know what that kind of sounds like, though? That sounds almost like a G-rated version of Rat Queens. That's honestly what that sounds like.
Yes, it is. It is amazing. It is such a great show. I would love to hear what Geeky Baby thinks of it.
I will try and have her check it out. She gets a little tetchy, like I said, if you try to flip from Super Wings being Wells, but we managed to slide in a Barbie episode that one time.
Oh yes, so we have watched all the Barbie movies. I have Barbie PTSD at the moment. Just too many Barbie movies.
So, any other news that you're excited about coming out of there?
The season 6 trailer for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. came out. So that comes back at the end of May.
Okay.
It's going to be very interesting how they deal with both the aftermath of Infinity War and then Endgame.
Yes.
Because the finale of the 5th season aired prior to Infinity War coming out, because they moved Infinity War's release date by a week, and so the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. had to scramble. They're we need to we don't know if we're getting renewed, we kind of need to tie it up and still leave a way for us to not paint ourselves into a corner if we do come back.
Right.
So we are kind of led to believe that Agent Coulson had something final happened to him at the end of season 5. I don't want to spoil anybody who hasn't watched it yet. And now we don't quite know what is happening at the start of season 6. So the trailer dropped. It's very interesting. I need to catch up on most of season 5. But yeah, it's looking good. I still, despite not great encounter, I still have lots and lots of love in my heart for Clark Gregg.
We'll get there. We will get there. So, in my weekend geek, there hasn't been a whole lot. Getting ready for our D&D game. I believe it's next weekend.
It should be this coming Saturday, the 6th.
Yes. And so, as I've mentioned before, my character is going to be a dwarf, a hill dwarf. No, just a dwarf. And the alignment is lawful good, and I need to come up with backstory. So I will be working on that hopefully this week.
Yeah, that's my week too. I need to do a deep dive into some emotions.
Right.
I'm feeling like there's gonna be some quest for vengeance. I feel like that's a good jumping off point. I feel like just given the current like political climate, just some good old fashioned vengeance.
That's cool.
Really just fire in my belly.
And see, like, I'm the complete opposite. I'm like, man, mine has something to do with shopping. I'm shopping for something.
you decided to come to this quaint outlying village because you needed to you need to go to the good Denny's.
Exactly.
Not the one the other side of town. You got to go to the good Denny's.
Exactly. So, that'll be my big week. Luckily, I like I said, I borrowed the books from the library. Also, if you need to borrow the books, feel free to just let me know, and you can stop over and peruse. That's cool too.
Excellent.
So yeah, let's get into it. Emily, for those of you guys that don't know, went to C2E2 last weekend?
It was last weekend, yes. Okay. I'm already having withdrawals. It's been a week and I want to go back. I need to go back.
Oh, and before we get started, are you drinking on anything tonight?
I actually just have water. My mother is visiting and I am currently hiding in an office with a blanket and a dog. And I've shut the door. I put a chair in front of the door. I am not. This is my fun time. Need everybody to handle themselves for 45 minutes.
Perfect. And I am, because Indiana doesn't know what it wants to be. Doesn't know if it wants to be winter. Doesn't know if it wants to be spring. I am drinking a cup of pumpkin spice tea because why the hell not?
Yes, that is a good point. Indiana is just, we're on meth for a lot of reasons in the state, but I feel like the weather took an extra long hit yesterday because it just didn't know what it was doing.
And honestly, I had no clue. I was minding my own business, and it was 70 degrees on the day before.
Yes, it was. It was even like 55 Saturday morning. We left to go up north to celebrate Giggy Preschooler's birthday. She just turned 5.
Yay!
And I had like a text message like an hour later. My friend Ashley's like, "It's snowing." And I'm like, "It's snowing what now?" She's like, "No, legit, it's snowing."
Yeah.
And then like a tree fell in her neighbor's yard, and they were like grinding it up at like 11 p.m. and there was like a housewife riot. It was, there were like 8 housewives out there just screeching at this tree crew.
Oh my God.
It was something to behold.
Yeah, I went to take the dog out and open up the door, and like I was in bare feet and a t-shirt, not really, because I didn't know. I didn't look out the window. I opened that sliding door, and there's like basically a blizzard going on, and I'm like, what just
the hell?
Yeah, just okay.
Like your backyard went all Narnia and shit.
Exactly, and I hate Turkish Delight, so so mad.
To be completely honest, though, if Tilda Swinton rolled up and was like, "Get in the sleigh,"
yes,
you would like a 97% chance my ass would betray you in a heartbeat.
Well, what was it? I was so mad about something the other week, and I was talking about betraying everybody for some nasty Turkish Delight. I went on a rant on Twitter about it. I
need to go find it.
I forget what it was at this point.
It was not about potholes, though.
Yes, it was. It was about the potholes. It was about the potholes and how I would, betray Indiana, for some Turkish Delight because this is ridiculous.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, back to the matter at hand. C2E2. So map it out for us. When did you start preparing to go?
I have done C2E2 a couple of times previous. Okay. It is a large con. It is by no means one of the largest. That still is like San Diego and New York, but Chicago still draws a really like respectable 70, 80, 90,000 people over the 4 days of this con. Actually 3 days. It's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday con. Okay. Usually, when I lived up north, we would just take the train in for the day, and then it would come back the same day. Sure. This year, we decided, after the debacle that was Indiana Comic-Con last year, we need 2 days. We need 1 day to dedicate to standing in line, to spend 10 seconds in a presence of a celebrity and get a photo souvenir. And then the next day, we shop till we drop, or vice versa. So we went in on Friday. We took the train in, me and my friend Tracy. I used to con with my husband until he was at a small con with me, and we were like packed with like sardines into like this ballroom. And he just kind of like looked around and had an epiphany and goes, "I really hate this.
Oh no!
I don't want to do this anymore." I'm like, "Okay, cool, peace. I'm gonna get one of my other nerdy friends, and we're gonna go con together." And he with his blessing, we have conned. So it's my friend Tracy, who used to be my little girl's music teacher. And so we con. The first time I went with her was 2 years ago, because Jason Isaacs of Harry Potter and Star Trek Discovery fame was going to be there, and he is an absolute gem. He is the only celebrity who has like introduced himself. Like, he didn't need to do that. Like, we all knew who he was. We paid money to stand in a line to be near him. But when we got up there, he extended his hand and said, "Hi, I'm Jason. What's your name?" And it took 5 seconds, but it made it so much more personable.
Oh, wow.
He is tall. He smells lovely. We got to do it twice because I blinked.
Wow.
So when we got out, as soon as they took the photographer kind of looks at it and goes, "No, you blinked. We're doing it again." You and I both wear glasses, so I've both done them with my glasses on and with my glasses off. I prefer with my glasses on because I took them off for a couple photos last year, and David Harbour was a very large tree-sized man blur. So,
oh no!
I heard his voice, but I had nothing. I got nothing. Like, my friend Tracy was like, "Oh my god, he was amazing." I'm like, "Really?" He was just way like 2 feet over my head. The man was like a legit tree.
That is so awesome.
Yes. So our Friday, we went in, we took the train in, and we were staying in a connected hotel.
Cool.
And the term connected hotel is always kind of a misnomer, because they can be like half a mile away, but they have a sky bridge that connects to another hotel that also has a sky bridge.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So through like the transited property, they're connected.
Okay.
So we got to our hotel, we checked in, and I need to give mad props to the Hampton Inn, Hilton at McCormick, because I ended up losing something that I bought at the con. I was completely devastated. They found it and mailed it back to me. So huge, amazing props to the Hiltons at McCormick. They were seriously amazing. So we checked in. We decided to have lunch outside the convention center because Tracy is a pescatarian, and we didn't think we'd be able to get anything that was either fish that was not going to kill her, or vegetarian based, for anything under like $15. Right. You have to either bring your own food, or you gotta be prepared to pay $15 for a hot dog. So we ate at one of the attached restaurants called Fat Tap Ford. It was delicious. 100% recommend. So we strolled in maybe noon, 12:30 on Friday to McCormick South. So there's several sides to McCormick Place. It is absolutely massive. They do a lot of the conning events in McCormick South building. So you come in and there's like a grand entrance, and then on Friday, since it was a much slower day, they didn't have a huge security line. They kind of just went over you with, a cursory look. in comparison to Saturday, where we were there in line for about 45 minutes going through the like huge queue of people. They did the weapon check. They did if you have a cosplay weapon, they have to tag its specialty to make sure that it's, they put an orange, either if it's a cosplay like gun of any kind, it gets a cap, an orange cap on it.
Okay.
If it's like a samurai sword or something other than decorative, it usually gets like an orange, almost wristband type ribbon on it.
Okay.
Saying that it has been checked by a professional and it is not a threat to anyone.
Okay.
A lot of the big cons do this, especially in light of maybe a year or so ago. There was a con where somebody came in like with a legit weapon, was like, "Hey, I'm here to kill Jason David Frank of the Power Rangers."
Oh,
and
my God!
Legit, like, was armed to the teeth, but he went like through security, and they're like, "So, let me take a look at your gun." And someone's like, "Oh God, this is a live ammo situation." He's like, "Yeah, I have to go. I have an op. I have to go kill Jason David Frank." And they're like, "Sorry, dude, we're gonna go ahead and arrest you."
Oh my God, poor Jason David.
Jason David Frank is a very nice human and does not deserve that kind of harassment.
That's Tommy, isn't it?
That is Tommy. That is the green/white ranger.
Why would you have a vendetta against Tommy? Tommy ever did anything to anybody?
No, he didn't. He's perfect.
Yeah, he's super nice. You see him at cons all the time, and you see pictures and photo ops and everything with him.
He just seems, the Rangers in particular do a lot of the con circuits, and they all seem like genuinely nice people.
Have you ever seen Billy?
I haven't seen David Dios. I did see Amy Jo Johnson, like across the room, and she is adorable in Sunshine, and just really makes me happy in general.
Good.
So we started out to kind of give you a scope of the size. The aisle started at 100 and they went through 1,500. So there was, the 100 row, the 200 row, 300, all the way up to the 1,500 row. And, they might be 30 vendors per, 100 decimal. So, in the 100 row, there were 25 to 30 vendors. In the 200 row, same thing. So they all had booth numbers. Some had them displayed way better than others. C2E2 has also in the last few years gotten really into developing their app appropriately.
Okay. So
like you could create a schedule. So like we had a photograph in area A at 12:10, and then we had one at 1:30 or 1:40 in area B. They were next to each other, but it gave us a chance to like visualize our schedule. You could add panels to your schedule, so you knew if stuff conflicted. You could favorite people that you wanted to see. So I had a list of 10 vendors I really wanted to go to. I had a bunch of people in Artist Alley I really wanted to get to. And inevitably I knew I would forget someone. So it was a nice to be able to like check off, okay, I've been to this booth and this booth and this booth.
That's so cool. Now, you made mention of the fact that you knew that you wanted to see some vendors and some artists in Artist Alley. Now, how did you go about choosing those before you got there?
Some I have come across on Twitter.
Okay.
And have seen their art. And I bought one from, her first name is Jenny. I do not remember what her last name is, but her Twitter handle is like a Sunny Dispatch, at a Sunny Dispatch. And I came across her. She did a beautiful print this year for like International Women's Day, and it's called A Woman's Places in the Resistance, and it's all female facing Star Wars women.
Very cool.
So it was Rey and Padme and Leia and Bria and Paige and Rose Tycho. So it had women of color and minority characters, and so it was just a really beautifully done piece.
Cool.
She has some really gorgeous Hamilton pieces. She has two really awesome Black Panther pieces. One's called Wakanda Forever, and it's the cast in a more cartoon stylization. It's beautiful. So I knew I really wanted to go see her. I had a couple friends who are artists who were in Artist Alley, so I always stop by and say hi to them. Karen Hillian, who's a semi-famous artist. She's done a lot of like, she's done some official Star Wars work. She's amazing. I know I wanted to go see her. In the actual vendor hall, Druid tea, which you and I are both fans of.
Yes.
They were there, so I got to try some Druid tea, and I got a mug. There was Quinzel, talked about him yesterday, the at Mormino.
Yes.
So I have a dress of hers. They are very plus size exclusive. I have one that is a Star Wars print. So it's like a galaxy print, and it's got the Death Star and a TIE fighter and the Millennium Falcon on it. And I wore that for day 2. So like going through and seeing, like, once you start going to several cons, you'll see vendors, because a lot of them just travel the con circuit. They're in a different city every weekend. And so I knew like C2E2 is a huge draw. It's a massive artist alley. Artist Alley is outside of the numbering system that I previously discussed. Artist Alley runs an alphabet system, so A to Z, and there's probably 20 to 25 artists per letter. So take that times 26. So you're talking about a large amount of people. Comic book creators and content creators will typically be seated in Artist Alley, and sometimes they open up commissions. So let's say you have someone you love the art style of a certain Captain America run of comics, and that artist is going to be at that con. You can go in and sometimes they open up pre-orders, sometimes you just have to get to the con and ask them if they will do a commission for you, but you can get a custom created, either portrait or sketch page, or have them sign a comic. And so that's a huge draw for a lot of the artists. Is to go see independent content creation.
I really, like I've said before on the podcast, the only con that I've actually ever been to was Gen Con last year. And I'm sort of passive aggressively fighting with the PR people because it's great. It's super. I put in my application to go as press again this year, and it was declined. And I asked why it was declined. I'm like, well, do you only allow people to go every other year or something like that? And the woman was like, well, you didn't post any content about Gen Con.
Yeah, you did.
Right. I'm like, I did a whole entire episode on it. And I sent her and I was like, and I sent you the information on it before the due date. And so I forwarded her the original email that I sent.
Yeah.
And I haven't heard from her since. And I could bug her again, but it's no skin off my back. And there's other cons. And I did enjoy Gen Con, and it was great. And I met a lot of great people. And I'm still on the lookout for that boy band game, but I haven't heard anything come out for that. I'm so sad. Like, it was such an awesome game. I really hope that they did not give up on it. It was so cute. And I think it's something that we as a group would enjoy playing too.
Yes, absolutely.
It's super simple. So, let's talk.
You should try for Indiana Comic Con. It's the end of August / very, very early September.
I looked at that, and they were like, we give out press passes to like CBS and affiliated big name people. Your little podcast ain't shit. They didn't say that to me. They didn't say that to me. It just kind of says, you get that inclination from their website. So, I mean, I can try. It can't hurt to try. But that's the feeling that they gave me. Like,
yeah, and that's no fun.
Like, girl, bye. So, we'll see. And I do want to try more cons. And maybe next year, I'll even try C2E2, depending on, how things go.
It's weird because I classify myself as more of an extrovert introvert. I normally don't enjoy large gatherings of people. I dislike the outdoors because that is where people occur. Yes. I like to be inside with my stretchy pants, and that's one of the reasons I like Dungeons and Dragons. I get to be inside with a small group of people. Yes. And we get to yell about awesome stuff.
And eat food. But that's just my goal in life.
Exactly. Right. The atmosphere at a con is so fabulous. Like, yes, it is exhausting. By the end of a couple days, I'm thoroughly peopled out. But I love it.
And it's just, like nerds helping nerds, and I love it.
Yes,
like
it's just this sense of infectious joy. Like we're all like aggressively geeky, and there's no shame in that.
Like, and then you've got like the people that are on the floor. Ask me if you need something. Like they'll have like a shirt on that says, "I have thread, buttons, deodorant, mouthwash."
Yes, the cosplay clerics are a gift to humanity.
Yes,
they just
bless your heart. And then at Gen Con, there is a gentleman that has an emotional support dog.
Awesome.
And he's always dressed up as a wizard. His name is Gandalf or Gandog or something like that.
Gandalf. That makes me happy in like the pit of my stomach.
Right. I didn't get a chance to see him at Gen Con, but I saw the pictures that people took with him.
Yes.
And he like that concerned me a little because he's an emotional support dog, but you know, animals get overwhelmed. But no, exactly. he gives him all the breaks. And like Gandalf will sit under his legs and just chill. And like he picks him up and carries him back to the hotel when he needs like a true break from people. It's so great. Cons are great. So
that's awesome.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, cosplay is always a huge part of con.
Oh yes.
And just seeing the absolutely magnificentness / humor that some people come up with. I didn't see him, but I've seen pictures of him. There was a Daredevil cosplayer who had a Braille sign.
Oh my gosh!
When you translated it, it said "fuck Disney."
Oh my god!
Daredevil just got canceled.
Oh no! What was it? There was a con going on out. I think it's maybe the one that you were talking about in California.
Yes.
And my friend Gypsy was out there, and she saw there was a Deadpool / Captain Planet hybrid cosplay.
Oh, that the Deadpool cosplayers are seriously a breed of their own. They are a gift.
And they this Captain America Deadpool was going around picking up trash.
That's amazing. That's great. I think my favorite iteration has been Bob Ross Deadpool.
Oh my god!
I've seen him wandering around a few cons, and that Bob Ross cosplay in and of itself is great, but Deadpool Bob Ross is pretty sick. One of my favorite ones I saw last year was an older gentleman, and he was walking around in like a white shirt and white pants, and it took me a second to place it when he turned and he had a cane, and I started screaming, "It's John Hammond from Jurassic Park!" So he was, and he turns around, looks at me, and smiling, and goes, "Yes, I spared no expense." And I was just like, "Kudos to you, good sir."
That is awesome.
Yeah, and you just, especially when someone like that. I think you saw my pictures. The individual who was dressed as Thranduil from The Hobbit, the Legolas's dad.
Yes.
I mean, the level of majesty that they were carrying out, just cosplayers are amazing. One really, really huge point about cosplay is if you're going to ask a cosplayer for a picture and you want to be in it, always ask for their consent. Make sure that you get consent to touch them.
Yes.
Make sure that, a lot of them, if you don't take a picture on the fly, ask them, because a lot of them will give you beautiful poses.
Yes. Yes. Cosplay is not consent.
Correct.
So.
I ran into a Valkyrie and a Hela that were absolutely amazing. There was a Luke Skywalker, old man Luke, walking around. It's just the best cosplay experience I've ever had was I was waiting for a panel at, I think it was Indiana Comic-Con last year, and there was this little boy dressed as Cap, and he was just maybe 5-6 years old, and just excited out of his mind that he was at a con. And right next to us was like a Cap cosplay photo op, and so anyone who was dressed as Cap came to this photo call, and this little kid was just losing his ever-loving mind because there were 20 Steve Rogers just standing there, and he kept going, "Cap, Cap, it's Cap, look at all the caps, it's Cap. And they noticed him and got him to come up, and they were kneeling down and talking to him. And this kid was just literally just losing his mind. Like, this was the happiest child I have ever seen.
Bless his heart.
It was awesome. I love it.
I adore it. Let's get into your what is it called? Your photography.
The photo ops.
Yeah. Yes. Let's talk about it. We'll save the one for last. So how many ops did you get?
This year we only did 2 at C2E2. We had 3 scheduled, but Matt Smith, who plays the 11th Doctor, had to cancel for professional commitments, which it happens. It sucks, but
it is what it is.
It is what it is. They have a job.
Right.
The reason we decided to go this year is because David Tennant was scheduled to be there, who is the 10th Doctor.
Barty Crouch
Jr. And Jessica Jones. He's Barty Crouch Jr. Yeah. He was supposed to be at Wizard World 2 years ago, and he had to cancel for a family emergency the day before con. It was just gutting. And so we've been chasing basically for 2 years, trying to figure out where he's going to be that's within a distance that we can get to. And when he popped up as a featured guest at C2E2, like, we bought tickets like instantaneously. We started planning in like January. Like that was going to be like, we were going to throw money at that all the long day. And so I will give mad props to Epics, who runs photo ops out of C2E2. They basically run it almost like a way you board flights. So every celebrity will have like group A, B, C, D, all the way down to like J. I think David Tennant ran through, like J or K.
Okay.
And so you have a window. They will say, now lining up David Tennant group A and group B, or group 1 or group 2, or however they denote it.
Okay.
So we were David Tennant group 2. The photo op started at 12:30. Our group was allowed to line it. So we stood in line. We were probably in line 35 minutes. Not a terribly long time.
No.
In comparison to how others have been. And there's always like this hush that falls over a crowd when you see them coming. Sometimes they'll come out from behind the curtain and like address their line. John Barrowman always does that. John Barrowman is hands down one of the best 2 ops I've ever done. He is a jewel. He is a precious cinnamon roll. He must be brigadier at all costs. Because he absolutely like loves photo ops. Like, he makes his living, 70% of the year on cons. So like, he has mastered the art of how to make people happy.
Sure.
Like, he's basically like, you can do whatever you want, but you have to be vocal about it. So like, he goes, if you've seen my ops, you know what you're allowed to do. Just ask me. So like, in my photo op with John Barrowman from a year or 2 ago, I'm full on grabbing his ass.
Oh my God.
Yes. Because he's 100% cool with that. And he's making like, he's like looking over his shoulder with like his finger like on his bottom lip.
Oh,
and me and my friend Sam each have a cheek. And when we went up there, because this was Sam's idea, she really wanted to do it. I'm like, hey, cool, I am all for this.
I'd have been mortified, but
and she's like, can we grab your ass? And he's like, sure, baby, get a hand. And so he turned around, and it was there's a picture in my house hanging on a wall of me grabbing John Barrowman's ass.
Oh my God. I don't even like, I couldn't do it. I couldn't.
Yeah, if you get a chance, Google John Barrowman photo ops. It is a hole to go down.
Will do.
It is a spiral, Google spiral to go down. So we get in to David's photo op, and if you've never done a photo op, it is not a meet and greet. It is not an autograph. It is literally 5 to 10 seconds of FaceTime.
Okay, take a picture, go.
Yes. Okay. Literally the photographer's going, and smile next, and smile next, and
right.
You are herded like cattle. Just understand that when you go in, this is not going to be, you don't get to stand there and say, oh my God, I love your work so much. No. You want that, you buy an autograph, and there's where you get a couple of minutes with them.
Okay.
So I've done both. I like the photo op a little bit better. only because I've done a couple autographs and they've asked me my name and I have blanked. And I did not know what my name was, and I had to like look around for help. And Adam, my husband, looking at me like, "Girl, you know your name?" And I'm like, "I'm not sure I do." The one autograph I got, the very first one, was of Will Wheaton, and Adam had got it for me as a wedding anniversary present. And that's literally what came out of my mouth. He goes, "So hi, how are you? My husband bought you for me as a gift." Is what came out of my mouth. And he just, God bless Will Wheaton, he just smiled and like signed his name.
And moved on. He's like, okay.
Yeah, because get this woman out of my line. So, because I am a dysfunctional human being, I prefer to do photo ops because it's a much smaller window for me to make a complete ass out of myself.
Understood.
So once you get, the areas are all curtained off. So once you get behind the curtain, they have shelves. You throw your bag on a shelf. If you want to take your lanyard off, stuff it in your bag beforehand, so your hanging ticket or badge isn't in the photo if you don't want it to be. And then like you line up, and there's a handler who's ushering people in and a handler who's ushering people out. Okay. And so when it gets to you, she'll say how many, and it's always for me and my friends. So, okay, 2. So she'll say like okay. She'll say okay, and then the people in front of us go. We walked up. He said hi, and just he has a beautiful Scottish accent. He just literally, I could listen to him read the phone book, and it would be the best day of my life. And so he said hi, and just, it's so good to see you. And so we both went. He had his arms out, and so we both kind of went under an arm, and smiled and took the picture. And my friend said, "I love your podcast," because he just launched a podcast. And Becca absolutely loves it, by the way. She loves David Tennant's podcast. And he got so excited. He's like, "Oh, thank you so much." We get out there, get our print. Tracy is squinting. And so we went up to Epix and we said, "Can we retake?" They didn't have to let us, but they did. So they rushed us back through to the front of his line. And then we're yelling, "Retake, we have a retake," got us back in. And he kind of smiled when he saw us coming. And he kind of looked at us, and Tracy goes, "I'm really sorry I blinked." And David Tennant, God bless his heart, busted out the line from Doctor Who, "Don't blink, don't ever blink." Oh. And Tracy like melted into a puddle right there, like
you had to scoop her up.
Yep, exactly. And so we took our picture again. It was much better.
Awesome.
And then so like they're doing 5 celebrities at a time, hundreds of people, and they have these like industrial printers. They're spitting these things out like wildfire.
Yeah.
Which is great until like 3 of them crash and the queue gets backed up.
Oh no.
Yeah, and so literally they're laying these things out on the table, and like if people are in cosplay, they're fairly easy to spot in a line. So you hear people yelling like, "Where's my Guardians of the Galaxy? Got your picture. Where's my Bride of Chucky? Got your picture." Large man large man dressed as the Infinity Gauntlet.
That was a great picture.
That literally like
I saw him.
Yeah. Go Infinity Gauntlet, got your picture. There's like 3 people that heard the Infinity Gauntlet around because the guy can't see where he's going.
So he needed help.
So he needed some handlers. So eventually we got through that, and then we immediately got back in line to do our second photo op, which was Clark Gregg, who's Agent Coulson, who I have had a just gigantic crush on, like mega, like Same. So embarrassing.
Same.
And
maybe it's the chest hair. I don't know.
It could be, and maybe it's their receding hairline. I don't know if that does it for me. I haven't quite landed on what it is. It's mostly the snarky humor.
Maybe that's it. Okay.
Of that particular character. And if you read any fanfic, Agent Coulson in fanfic is absolutely just a gem. He regularly tases Tony Stark just for shits and giggles, and I find that fandom, when they create headcanon, and the fandom as a whole just kind of accepts it as this is what is happening, you'll come across the thread in various types of fic. So if there's like a ship, like there was a ship that popped up, which is either Coulson and May, Agent May, or after Thor came out, there was a big ship that was Clint Barton and Agent Coulson. Yeah, they literally had like 13 seconds of screen time, which a fandom can spring up like, yeah, we got this, man. We're gonna ship the shit out of this.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, never doubt fandom. And so we get up there, and as soon as we got like behind the curtain, I realized, oh god, he's chewing gum. And like, I'm like, okay, he'll take it out of his mouth before the op starts. He did not. We get up there, the person in front of us goes, we come up, I say hello, Tracy says hi, he does not acknowledge it. We take the picture, we both say thank you, and again, no acknowledgement. And it was just like, oh, I wanted you to be cool. Like, he's a human being. Maybe he had a really shitty morning. It is entirely possible.
Sure.
And then there's the other part of me that's like, dude, people are dropping $100+ to spend 10 seconds in your presence. Could you just phone it in a little bit better?
Right.
And so that was, it took the shine off of him a bit for me.
Yeah. I was so bummed. I was so bummed when you told me.
I will tell you, Sean Astin is the best photo op I've ever done. He is just the kindest, gentlest person in the whole world. He came out before his op. Last year at Indiana Comic-Con, we did 4 ops in one day. I was dying by the end because we stand on concrete the entire time.
Oh, wow.
We did meet some line friends who ended up in each line with us, and so by the end of the day, we were all best buddies.
Oh, cool.
But Sean Astin, before his photo op, he came out and said, "Hey guys, there's a lot of you here. I wish I could spend 10 minutes with each of you, but I can't. I just want you guys to know how much this means to me, how grateful I am that you're here to see me. That means so much, and I want to say thank you to you guys." What a genuinely nice thing to do. Again, they don't have to do that. They can just cash their awesome celebrity checks.
Right.
Like, we got up to do Sean Astin, and he goes, come in here, and like put his arms around us and like hugged us. Like made a lot of physical contact. Again, didn't have to do that.
Right.
And he's just genuinely an awesome person. Like, I will go to the mat for Sean Astin.
Well, it sounds like in general, with one minor exception, that you guys had an absolute blast.
We did. We loved it.
I loved seeing the pictures from it.
Yeah.
And, when I went to Gen Con last year, I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to do more cons. I haven't done a single con.
It is exhausting. You really have to like psych yourself up.
And that was a thing. Like, by the time I got done, like, my legs hurt, and so at Gen Con, there's 2 huge floors. There's more stuff going on, but the 2 main floors are like the games floor, where you can see games being played, buy games, things like that. And then there's what you called Artist Alley.
Okay.
But there's more than artists back there. There's like Dryad tea. There's Cards Against Humanity.
Okay, so it's like the vendor hall almost.
Yes. And so like, that was, like I said, my first con. I didn't know what to expect. The gaming area, I was fine. I walked into the vendor area and was like, I'm gonna have a heart attack and die.
Yes,
and
there was,
like, it was packed to the hilt. But you know what? Everybody was nice about it. I would say, excuse me, and squeeze my way through, and we didn't have any problems. People stopped and talked to me. I took a ton of pictures. Like, there was a young woman dressed as, I don't know the girl's name. I just know her as Multipass.
Yes, from Fifth Element.
Yes, Fifth Element.
Yes.
She was dressed like her, and I was like, you look amazing. May I take your picture? And she was like, oh, yeah, sure. I took her picture, and then I freaked out on a poor girl because Little Mermaid is my favorite Disney movie.
Yes.
And she was dressed like Ariel. And like, I screamed, and all heads like in that like vicinity turned and was like, oh my God, what's wrong? And I was like, you are Ariel, and I must take your picture. And she's just like, are you okay? No, I'm not. But I took her picture and I gave her my card and everything.
That's phenomenal.
And well, like a few days after the con, she emailed me.
Oh, yay.
Apparently nobody had, like, she hadn't taken a picture with someone, or somebody hadn't taken a picture of her that she had gotten a full picture of her outfit.
Oh.
And so she was wondering if I could, if I had a copy of the one that I took. And I was like, of course, here you go.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yay. Cosplayers are just amazing. The amount of time and effort and art that goes into these outfits.
It's amazing.
It is mind-blowing.
And then I remember cracking up because there were, like last year and the year before was really those T-Rex costumes were super popular.
The inflatable T-Rex, yes.
Yes, there were a ton of those at Gen Con.
Yes.
But there was one Reptar.
Oh my God, from Rugrats?
Yes. There was an inflatable Reptar and I lost my shit.
Oh, absolutely.
I was dying. I was like, Reptar!
Yeah.
And he just looked at me and waved and went on about his business. I meant to take his picture, but I was so just like, there's too much going on at that point. I'm like, I need to go to a corner.
Yes, I will say, like, Saturday at C2E2, because that's the day typically everybody goes, is a complete madhouse sardine can of people. Friday was way less crowded.
I wonder why.
Because people don't want to take a day off work.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I didn't take off. Yeah.
Yeah, we went Friday and did all our shopping, and then Saturday was our photo op day. Because a lot of the big talent will come Saturday, Sunday. At C2E2, Paul Rudd actually did Friday, Saturday. And from everything I've read, he is just a genuinely nice person as well. And just was thrilled to pieces that everybody was excited to see him.
So cool.
Yeah.
I hope he goes up Thanos' butt. And
I love that theory. That just cracks me up. Have you seen the Russo brothers Twitter account?
I haven't seen it, but I heard that they put
that is their profile picture right now. And Endgame tickets are going on sale on Tuesday, 8 a.m.
Oh my gosh.
If you don't have anybody to go with, Gina, who's also a nerdy lentil, is coming into town to watch it with me so we can have the feels.
Okay.
There's an IMAX 2 minutes from my house. You are welcome to join us. We will probably need copious amounts of alcohol before, during, and after.
I mean, they have that thing in there, that bar. So
yeah, no, I absolutely will do it. I will buy the overpriced alcohol because I'm going to dehydrate myself because I'm not going to get a goddamn soda because I can't stand missing anything. 3 hours and 2 minutes.
So the date of it is the 26th, right?
Yes, Friday the 26th.
Okay. And that's the day you guys are planning on going, same day?
Yes, we will go Friday evenings. I have to wait for her husband to come home
to watch
Geeky Preschool.
All right, so here's the deal. Geeky Baby's birthday party is the 27th.
Oh.
So as long as I have all my ducks in a row, which I should, cake's been ordered, birthday shirt's been ordered, venue has been booked.
Yes.
I just need to send out the invites because I'm lazy. I don't see a reason why I can't go.
Excellent.
So now, one more time, when did those tickets go on sale?
Tuesday morning, 8 a.m.
Okay. Do you want me to just like PayPal you some cash and then you can just buy tickets? Okay.
Yes, that would be free. I'll text you my email address. Yeah.
I have your email address. We're good.
You do. I was gonna say, I still really love when we went and saw the original Hunger Games like forever ago.
Right.
We met in Lafayette.
So
and you ugly cried when Rue died, and I was like, oh God, baby, it's okay. It's okay.
You know what? With that whole situation, that entire weekend, I saw Hunger Games 3 times. Not my choice. Not my choice.
Oh my God.
So I saw it with you, and then I got home, and somebody called. I can't remember who it was at this point. They're like, you want to go see Hunger Games? I don't want to go see it by myself. And I'm like, well, I've already seen it, but if you pay for my ticket, I'll go see it again. And so I went and saw it again, and then the reason why I saw it with other people is because it's not my husband's cup of tea.
Yes.
He's like,
your husband and my husband are a lot alike.
Right.
Like,
he doesn't do superhero movies. He doesn't none of that. And so, like, I was like, oh, I want to see this. And he's like, oh, this is some crap. I'm like, okay, whatever, bye. And so then, like, I came home and seen it the second time, and he came over and, he's like, you know what? You know, there's this Hunger Game movie that's out, and I'm just looking at him like, yes. He's like, I think I want to see it. And I'm like, but why? He's like, it's just got really good reviews and ratings, and I'm like, whatever, let's go. And so we went and saw it at the drive-in
at Tibbs.
Yep. By the way, Tibbs is open. I
saw that. I need to get down there. You saw us there, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Did you love it?
Speaking of, if you look on the blog at geekygirlguide.com, I had questions and I had observations.
Okay, good.
Because
I haven't seen it yet. Gina went and saw it today. I'm anxious to hear what she thinks about it. All I've seen on her Facebook is the rage that is the people in front of her were taking way too long to order like full meals at the concession stand. She's like, bitch, I just wanted my popcorn and my soda and to go sit down.
Yeah.
So could you not order 14 things with chicken fingers?
The only thing that I will say until you have seen it is that Winston Duke, though I love M'Baku, he was a punk ass bitch in this, and I wanted to fight him.
The other day when the Endgame posters dropped with who was dusted and who was not,
right?
And I'm like, well, if Shuri and T'Challa both got dusted, like, who's ruling? And I couldn't remember M'Baku's name, and so I kept trying to explain to my husband. I'm like, Winston Duke is running Wakanda, and he's like, who's running Wakanda? I'm like, Winston Duke, is running Wakanda.
But wouldn't there be people ahead of him? Like, because like they barely come down from the mountains, so wouldn't Okoye be maybe running it?
That is the other popular theory, and I would absolutely be fine with that. Okoye can run anything, and I would be fine with it.
She can run the United States. I will give her the United States.
No,
right
full on.
now.
I will give her that. She can have as many Starbucks as she wants. I will pay her at this point and be like, girl, can you just come and handle our problems, because we cannot handle them ourselves.
Because this is rough.
Yeah, we need the United States as a general population needs to take several seats and just really think about our choices.
Every last one of them. All of them.
Yeah.
Every single one.
Right.
Oh, do we have anything else?
No, I can hear my little one shrieking about not being tired, which typically means she's about 10 minutes from face planting onto the floor because she's actually pretty tired.
All right. Well, you go take care of that. Mine went down at 7:30. So.
Oh God, I'm so jealous of you right now.
Well, what was it? Quinzel was about to murder me because she's like, this baby won't go to sleep, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Just lay him down. And she's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, well, Evelyn has slept through the night since she was 3 months old.
Girl,
Yeah. She got quiet. She said, what? And I was like, yeah. When I put her to bed, when it's bedtime at 7:30, I'm like, hey, it's bedtime. Go get ready. She goes in her room. She whines for 30 seconds, and then she gets tucked in, read a book, and goes to sleep. That's it. We're done.
Oh my God. Can I come to your house for bedtime just once so I can experience that kind of serenity?
Yeah, no. Like the only time that and she doesn't get up in the middle of the night. If she has to go to the bathroom, which is very rare, that means that we forgot to tell her to go to the bathroom before bedtime. She cries. She won't get out the bed. Like she cries, and you have to get up, open her door, and be like, "What's wrong?" I gotta pee. Go pee.
My Lily, we have an Alexa. Do you have an Alexa device in your house?
We do not, no.
Okay, put that off as long as you can, because once they figure out they can talk to it, that's all they want to do.
Oh no, we won't have that in the house.
Yeah, our Alexa controls some of our lights, and it took Lily about 32 seconds to figure out which ones. And so her ass walks into my bedroom at 3 a.m. sometimes, and Alexa, master lights on, please. And like my bedroom lights up like a stoplight.
Oh no.
Yeah, so word to the wise, if you get an Alexa device, don't give her control of your lights.
No.
It will be used against you at like 3:00 on a Thursday.
Even then, like, even if she, my husband wakes up before I do on the weekends, and we reverse. It's weird. So during the week, I get her up and get her ready for school and go, and then during the week he puts her to bed, feeds her dinner, puts her to bed, and then so on the weekend we alternate, we reverse. That's
great. Yeah.
Like in the morning he gets her up and then I put her to bed, because it used to be like she kind of fights you about bed, but yes. she doesn't really do that anymore. And so even if she gets up and I'm still asleep, she hops up on the bed, looks and sees that I'm not moving, and then she leaves.
Oh wow.
Because she knows I'm asleep.
My God.
That's just who she is.
Yeah, Lily will ask me philosophical questions at like 2:30 in the morning, like, do monkeys sleep? I'm like, I don't know, baby. And so go ask Alexa. And so then we have a dissertation on monkeys, and yeah. Remind me next weekend to tell you the long odyssey that is bedtime at the Timmons house.
Please do, because
it is an event. At one point, it involved a bed in the middle of our living room.
I think I remember that.
That was a very special, like, hellscape of a 6-month period of time. Like, if somebody would have come to me and been like, $50, I can sleep train your kid. Sold, man. I will pay you all the dollars.
Yeah, no, we have absolutely no issues. Hey, it's nap time. I don't want to nap. I'm like, but the sooner you nap, the sooner you get up. Oh, okay. Night, mama. Okay.
I love that you have a logical child. My child, on the other hand, is like destined for acting. She is the most dramatic human being that's ever existed.
But she's so fashionable, though.
She is. She has so much fashion. She has told me, her dad took her to Meijer to get a prescription last weekend when I was at the con, and he goes, "Okay, we're done. We need to go check out." And she goes, "Oh, Daddy, no. We have to go look at the pretty clothes, so I can tell you what to put on the list."
The list?
The list, because we're still waiting on our other house up north to sell.
Okay.
So I said, we're not gonna buy stuff right now. When we get the house proceeds, you can come pick out any dress you want. And so she has a running list across like Target and Meijer and Walmart based on.
That is hilarious.
Yes. And so she yelled at Adam because she's like, I'm allowed to look at things with the yellow tags, because at Target, yellow tags mean clearance. And so I've convinced her that that's the only thing we're allowed to buy, is something that has a yellow tag.
So lately, Geeky Baby's thing has been sunglasses. And she had these sunglasses from when she's a newborn. And they still fit her.
That's amazing.
But she also has like new big girl sunglasses, and her and her dad went to the store yesterday, and she comes back with Captain Marvel sunglasses. She's like, "Look, mama," and starts posing. I'm like, oh my God. He's like, they're the only ones I can find that fit her face.
No, I absolutely approve of that. That is A+ work.
So many sunglasses, but I can't really talk because I got 15 pairs too. So,
but you look so good in them.
I love them all.
They look so good.
Yes. All right. Let's end this before.
All right.
You guys can find, I guess, me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I was on Twitter all day today doing website maintenance and testing. So there'll be 50, not even on the Geeky Girl Guide or Geeky Girl Night In Twitter, but my personal Twitter, there are 50 comments with the same link on them that makes it look like I've been hacked, but I swear to God I haven't been hacked. I was just practicing Twitter cards that were not working. So
I love it.
Yes, you can find me there. You can find me on Instagram. Where do you want to be found?
I am on Twitter at EMTimmons. Or EMTimmons1. Honest to God, I don't know. So I'm going to have to look.
I can figure it out. Yeah. Throw it in the show notes. Not a huge deal.
Yeah.
Not a huge deal. I do my research before while I'm editing and cleaning up stuff. So until next week, you guys have a great week. Bye.
Bye.
Geeky Girls Night In is brought to you by me, Leslie. You can find me on Twitter at GeekyGirlsNI, on Facebook at Geeky Girls Night In, or in your backyard, strumming dulcet tones on a mandolin, serenading you sweetly. Feel free to shoot me a message if you have something geeky going on that you want announced on the show. You can find written musings by me, Quinzel, or Melissa at geekygirlguide.com. Like the show? Would you like to buy me a cup of coffee? Consider donating to my coffee. That's ko-fi.com/geekygirlsni. Want to send me or the other girls some snail mail? You can reach us at P.O. Box 90232, Indianapolis, Indiana 46290. Feel free to leave a review on iTunes or on the Facebook page. I'll read new reviews, good or bad, on the show. Music is by Makai Beats. Until next time.